Fuck you doing up, man? What up, brother? How you doing? For real, try for real. Y'all already know. I'm just chilling, bro. Sleep medicine helps? Yeah, probably. I ain't doing no sleep medicine though. I ain't doing no sleep meds, I'll tell you that. Yo, what's up, J Scheme? How's it going? Just alright. Chilling. Doing alright. Chilling, dog bone. I'm gonna rip a toke here, boys. OG Nut. That's the guy's name. His name's OG Nut. Yo, let's see about Thub. Oh shit, I bet you it's mutilated. Best of luck with that. Send a picture on over, bud. Pokemon Card Simulator got removed from the store. That's funny. That's where we're at. How am I doing? I'm alright, man. I mean, I'm fucking living life. I'm surviving, you know? I'm still here. I'm still breathing. I'm still fucking shitting. I'm still drinking, you know? Still alive. And I got crossbows in the head. Man, they got everything. Like they got fucking RPGs, crossbows, you name that shit. They got it. Drinking alcohol? Wait, aren't you a little young to be drinking alcohol? You're about to turn 25? Oh, what the fuck? Mr. Negative, I never knew you were that fucking old, dude. What the hell? I thought you were like some 16-year-old kid. What the fuck? Mr. Negative, that's crazy. Oh, that was the old me back then? What do you mean that was the old me? This fucking guy, that was the old me. That was the old LeBron. Stinky LeBron. Couldn't shoot LeBron, you know? Oh, it was the time you started platinum hunting? Fair enough, dog. Bro, where is... Oh, my range boost is right there. I'd never even seen that. Damn. We're fucking killing it right here. And you 16 is 2015. Damn. Those were the times, buddy. Yeah, for next year. Yeah, no, I haven't seen any good movies. Like, no, I'm pretty glad I went to see Alien Romulus. That was a good fucking movie. Alien Romulus was a good movie. Nothing like groundbreaking, but like just a fucking decent movie to watch, you know? Glad I seen that in the theater. Any of them? I mean, I like I like No Way Home, you know what I mean? That was like a pretty good story. But I'm not into like the whole superhero multiverse horror shit, you know what I mean? Doesn't really float my boat. It's not really my thing, you know? He really ruined everything? No, I wouldn't really say he ruined everything. Like, he's got his own thing going on, you know what I mean? But I just think there's better people that have portrayed him. Simple as that. Definitely not the best in my opinion, but like, you know, could be worse. Could be way worse. want to take over the role? Hey, man. Oh, you want someone else to take over the role? I was gonna say, if you want yourself to take over the role, fuck. We're already too old for that, you and me. Bro, I swear to God, just ranging this is the way to go if you want to make money. 100%. There's no way anyone's making money fucking meleeing this cocksucker. There's just no fucking shot, dude. Yo, James. Yeah, you made a mistake there, all good. The Prouder knows what he doing. It'll fail. I don't know. Tom Holland's movies aren't that good. It's just like Tom Hardy, bro. I don't think he's that good of a Venom either. You know what I mean? Oh, what the fuck? Where's my? Black Panther 3? Not even, never even watched the first one, bro. It doesn't even interest me. Black Panther is like a superhero for like black people. You know what I mean? Literally. It doesn't really appeal to me for some reason. I don't know why. First movie was good. GTA trailer should be coming out pretty soon. Another one, I would imagine so. Next year? Oh, it comes out next year? I thought it was coming out this year, bro. Damn. Comes out next year? Damn. That sucks. Yo, Samurai Jack, I'm doing great, buddy. How you been? How you been? Hope life's treating you well. 999 grind. Nah, dude. The new zombies, it's like, pretty fun to grind camos and stuff, but the high rounds are just trash. Like, that shit's literally trash. Fucking mind rot garbage. No, okay, okay, I see, I see. Like, the high rounds, dude, all you're doing is hitting a mangler injection. Like, it's... Nah. That ain't it, chief. BO6 is pretty fun with your friends and stuff, though. I've been enjoying playing it. But I'm not gonna sit there and, like, grind high rounds, like, it's... No. The old school high rounds are where it's at, man. The old school of the games with the high rounds, those are the fucking good ones. Talent. Oh no. Ooh. Oh my god, that was close. I had to scratch my fucking balls, boys. Almost died. Could you imagine? Come on, we gotta kill this fucking goofball. No magic attacks. And then straight off the cuff, there's a magic attack. Kill this fucking goofball here, please. No way he survives another wave. Kill him here, please. Thank you. Wow, of course he gets another fucking shot in. Let's see so far what we got. And a Warcath head. That's like a 100k trip. Yeah, I think we're out of there, boys. I think we out of there. 800k trip, we out of there. See how many KC. We need to kill him one more time. Let's bring enough. Let's bring enough for one little trip, I guess. We'll do one trip, and then we'll go do some slaying and stuff. See, that's 1000 KC. There we go. And Oh, I didn't grab a fucking. Oh, whatever. Curious. Could be voice. This will be my 1000th kill right here. $382 is just fucking crazy, Jim. Appreciate you, brother. That is just fucking crazy, man. A little bit of some Wooks walking action right there. You see that? Ooh. Nasty with it. Kill him right here. Right here. Ooh. Close. Right here. Yup. For my 1000th kill, I got diamonds, a snap, a dragon seed, and some bones. Ooh. Buns. Bro, I can't believe I did all those raids earlier without wearing fucking boots. Finish him off. Oh my fucking lord. That's the difference between the crossbow and the Dragon Hunter crossbow right there. Dragon Battle Axe. Ooh, nice. So nice. And those fucking magic attacks. Bro, after doing Tombs of Damascus and coming back and doing this shit, it's like fucking cakewalk. It's a fucking cakewalk. Oh shit. Let's fucking AFK some Slayer for a couple hours or something. Get my defense levels up and shit. Sleepy Canadian? I'm not even really that tired. Eh? 180 trolls. 6 adamant dragons. Eh. Oh my god. Fuck these tasks. Skeletal wyverns. We can do that. We can do skeletal wyverns. That's fine. We can do some skellies. That'll be a little bit better of a setup right there. But boom, boom, boom. We got Rada's blessing right there. AJ? Eh? Brian, Brian on the screen. Brian, Brian. Oh my god. It's LeBron.
These are the top 3 sleeper products to snag during Manscaped's Black Friday sale, with free shipping on all orders.
In line with the titular theme of Leagues 5, Echo Bosses are a new feature. These are powerful variants of existing bosses with beefed up hit points and added mechanics for a fresh challenge. More importantly though, they drop new, never before seen items. To access an Echo Boss, you'll need to beat the regular version of that boss. And in doing so, there's a chance that that boss will drop an Echo Orb. These are region specific and can be used to permanently access the Echo version of that region's boss. Now, I'm not going to spoil what each one of these new challenges have in store for you, but let me take you on a grand tour around Gelenor.
That's interesting, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, some of you guys are hella gonna enjoy this when playing. A new fucking boss, you can just get a drop and unlock it. What?
For a
New mechanics and everything with the same boss?
sneak peek at the new exciting drops from these Echo Bosses. Oh, and if you happen to have planned any of your League's region choices ahead of now, then get ready to have those plans turned upside down and your mind truly blown, because this is going to change everything. Alright, the first stop on our tour is the Caridian Desert. Just southwest of the Shanty Pass and deep underground is the Cowfight Lair. The Cowfight Queen resides in the depths and will award any challengers who can defeat its Echo variant with a chance to obtain a powerful ranged weapon befitting of the desert's characteristics, the Drygore Blowpipe. Just like its toxic variant, the Drygore Blowpipe uses darts for ammunition, which are conveniently unlocked for fletching after completing the Tourist Trap quest. The Drygore Blowpipe is incredibly fast and accurate, working like a ranged version of the Osmundan's Fang. Its built-in passive rolls for accuracy twice before taking the highest result, all while attacking at a lightning 2-tick attack speed. I can think of some keen desert enthusiasts who will be very happy with a strong ranged option that will make light work of most of the desert denizens. Next, we're headed to the region of
Damn, you guys saw that? They're adding Calfight's penis. That shit... that shit with 2-tick as well? That's crazy.
Asgarnia. And for this one, we're going to need 91 Slayer and a Hellhound Slayer task, because we're headed deep into the Taverny Dungeon to find everyone's favorite hell puppy, Cerberus. If you're lucky enough to obtain the Asgarnia Echo Orb, you'll no longer need a Slayer task to fight the Echo variant of Cerberus. Now, have you ever wondered what it would be like if you could forge all of the God Swords into one? Well, Echo Cerberus makes that a reality, as it'll have a chance to drop the Dog Sword.
The Dog Sword? What the hell? Wait, I need to rehear everything.
Fight the Echo variant of Cerberus. Now, have you ever wondered what it would be like if you could forge all of the God Swords into one? Well, Echo Cerberus makes that a reality, as it'll have a chance to drop the Dog Sword.
No way, the Dog Sword. What? So it's an SGS, a ZGS, a BGS, and an AGS spec all in one.
Whoever came up with that name is a genius. For 50% of your special attack energy, the Dog Sword will hit a target and apply
Wait, is it also an ancient
There we
god
go.
sword? Like, do you get healed from it or no?
Every single God Sword effect.
Oh my god, it does!
Freezing, healing, reducing defenses, increased accuracy, and even more damage. The Dog Sword does it all. And who knows, if you're lucky enough to pair this with a relic that enhances your special attacks,
Hazug, hazug, haziggity zug!
this has some insane potential. Let me talk to you guys about the wilderness. It's sprawling with bosses, all suitable candidates for an Echo variant, but there is one boss here that has stood the test of time, and you can find it.
The
just west of
DLC?
the
I don't think I
Lion
ever played
Maze,
DLC
the
for
King
Dying Light 2.
Black Dragon. There aren't any
Dying
requirements
Light
to
1.
access this
I
boss,
never
so
beat Dying
grab your
Light.
anti-dragonfire shield
I never beat Dying Light 1, but I beat Dying Light 2.
because this Echo variant can drop not one, but two Echo items. The Thunder Kopesh and the Thousand Dragon Ward.
Oh shit! What the fucker? Explain.
The Thunder Kopesh is a powerful sickle-shaped slashing sword, imbued with the power of thunder and lightning. When attacking with the Thunder Kopesh, you'll have a 20% chance to summon a lightning bolt. This deals area of effect damage in a 3x3 area around your target. Especially useful for getting through
Doom
brutal
Buggy?
monsters
Yeah, that's actually
quickly.
pretty sick.
The Kopesh's special attack takes this effect one step further, and for 50% of your special attack energy, you'll quickly attack
That's the same animation for Karasi, like Void Waker.
twice. If either of those hits are successful, an additional lightning bolt is summoned for up to 100% of the original attack's max hit. This weapon is insanely strong and even does full damage against the corporeal beast, but
Why did this guy say, yeah, no shit? Like, why? But I was just stating something. Fuck you, idiot, Jojo.
before I get carried away, let me tell you guys about the Thousand Dragon Ward. Strong attack bonuses with more melee strength than a defender, and some beefy defensive bonuses to round it off.
We
But
are
what
working
really makes
on
the Thousand
another
Dragon Ward
defense level
special
here.
is its passive effect. While wielding the Thousand Dragon Ward, you will be immune to pretty much all negative status effects.
Damn.
Dragonfire, Desert Heat,
That's crazy.
Poison, Venom, and many, many more. These two items
Did you ever play as a
combined
zombie?
are making the
Dude,
wilderness look
honestly, Dying Light
extremely
1,
promising this year.
I only played a little bit.
Good.
I didn't play it very
Next, we're
much.
headed into
I played
Mauritania,
way more of
and
Dying.
hope you
I
all
beat Dying
remember
Light 2
that I
with
asked you to
Crooks.
get 75 Slayer and a
Multiplayer,
gargoyle
so.
task for this one because we'll need a brittle key for where we're going. On the roof of the Slayer Tower are the grotesque guardians. If you can get a hold of the Mauritania Echo Orb, you won't need a Slayer task to access this Echo variant. And if you're good enough to come out on top, there's a chance you'll be able to bag yourself the Gloves of the Damned. As far as their stats go, they're just as strong as Barrow's gloves, which is very fitting for its extremely powerful passive effect. While equipped, the Gloves of the Damned double the effectiveness of all Barrow set effects and
One
additional
is
set
10,000
effects
times
provided
better,
when
really?
wearing an Amulet of the
I
Damned.
thought number
And
2 was
luckily
pretty
for
fire,
us,
so
the gloves act as
you'd
if
be able to
have
fly
an
around and
Amulet
shit.
of the Damned equipped, meaning every set
mean-
of Barrows gets turned into an absolute powerhouse with these gloves. Arim's
Damn, imagine DH with 1 HP with that. What?
set gains a 50%
I got them
chance
both,
of
like that
combat
island
spells
right
dealing
here. You know,
60%
Dying
more
Light, sorry.
damage. The
Dying Light
Carol
1
set
and 2
becomes
right
a
there.
machine gun with a 50% chance to hit a target twice, and the infamous Darok set is going to be capable of dealing up to 194% bonus damage
Oh my god. Even the Kirill set with the Amulet of the Damned is pretty strong.
when at 1 HP. So grab your spades and get
It's had the
digging.
apocalypse vibe to it.
The
The thing I didn't like about Dying Light
is our
1
next
was
stop,
it felt like the
and while there
menus
aren't
were
any
just endless, you know what I
requirements to
mean?
get
I
to
was
our
always struggling
destination,
going through
you'll
menu
want
after
to be
menu in that
prepared
fucking
with at
game.
least some overhead prayers and a pet rock. Or, you know, a friend. That'll work. On the 6th level of the Waterbirth Island dungeon are the Dagonoth Kings. Each of the Dagonoth Kings uses a different
Gloomy,
attack
yeah,
style,
it definitely
so
had a
this
good
won't
apocalyptic
be an
vibe
easy
to it.
challenge. But by defeating the Echo variants, you'll have a chance to get the 2 best pieces of jewelry that Leagues 5 has to offer. The Amulet of the Monarchs and the Emperor Ring.
Oh shit, the Emperor Rings looks like a fucking piece of shrimp.
Both of these pieces of jewelry provide incredible stat bonus.
Damn! 15 fucking melee strength, range strength, prayer 10, percent 5 mage as well. Emblem of the Morning's plus 15, plus 15. 10% magic damage, 10 prayer, 30, 30, 30, 30, 30.
Bonuses. Attack, defense, prayer bonus, melee and range strength, and of course a huge amount of magic damage as well. These two items really are a jack of all trades and make Fremennik the perfect support region to pair with whatever else you're cooking up. Now, who laughed at me when I said Fremennik was going to be S tier this year? Yeah, I thought so. The Kingdom of Kandarin. This place has historically been known as an especially strong region for magic users, and that's not about to change anytime soon. Just southwest of Castle Walls is the Smoke Devil Dungeon, and you'll be able to take on the Thermonuclear Smoke Devil here once you have 93 Slayer and a Smoke Devil task. But just like the other Slayer bosses, the Echo variant does not require you to have a Slayer task once you obtain the Kandarin Orb. This Echo variant of Thermi has a chance to drop an offhand item that allows you to tune into the elements of the world and exploit weaknesses like never before. The Devil's Element. This neat little incense burning looking thing provides some generous magic accuracy, a 6% magic damage boost, and some fire bonus on top. But the real magic behind the Devil's Element is its passive ability to harness the power of the elements. While equipped, the Devil's Element counts as any elemental rune, and it will allow you to double the effectiveness of any elemental weaknesses exploited. There are a ton of fun bosses across Gelenor with an elemental weakness which are going to be even more prominent with this item, and may even open some different strategies for you to try. In the previous league, the Tumakan Shadow was everyone's favorite magic item, but this will definitely close the gap for other elemental staffs like the Nightmare Staff to stand at the very top alongside it. A little further to the west is the beautiful green area of Taranwin.
The Bofa of Doom. The Bofa of... Nobody went Bofa route last year. Only that one dumb fuck that looks like a Viking. What was his name again? Oh yeah, Ginger Beardy.
Okay, maybe it's not all beautiful. And for this region's Echo variant, you'll be taking a trip into the heart of Prithdinas to take on the Gauntlet. If you're up for the challenge, you'll need to tackle the Corrupted Gauntlet for a chance at the Taranwin Echo Orb, which, once obtained, allows you to instantly skip the Gauntlet's preparation phase, as should you choose to fight the Echo variant, you'll be geared with a generous Gauntlet setup. This allows you to jump straight into the action with the Echo variant of the Hunlith. If you're lucky while fighting this Echo boss, you'll be able to get your hands on the Crystal Blessing. In addition to providing a big boost to prayer bonus, the Crystal Blessing harnesses the power of the Crystal Armor, allowing its accuracy and damage bonuses to be applied to all melee weapons.
Oh my god, that's crazy.
That's a fucking good ability.
Wait.
That's insane.
No, that's crazy.
That one's insane. Holy
For those
shit.
who aren't all familiar with this gear, a full set of crystal armor will give you a combined 30%
That's
Well, I
fucking
might go for
crazy.
this region. I'm not gonna lie.
accuracy and 15% damage bonus. I can definitely think of a few weapons I'd like to try this out with, but I'll leave the experimenting up to you guys. What do you think would pair well with this? Across the sea is the Kingdom of Great Karen. This massive landscape has a lot of great content to get stuck into, but for this next Echo variant, we'll be traveling to the Farming Guild. And after planting and watching your Hespori seed grow into a giant angry plant, you'll be able to fight it, and defeating it will guarantee you the Korend Echo Orb. Obtaining this will allow you to fight Echo Hespori whenever you want, not requiring you to wait for a seed to grow. Befitting a piece of living nature, the Echo version of Hespori has a chance to drop the Nature's Reprisal, a tribrid weapon capable of using all three combat styles.
What is this, a salamander? This is like a salamander, no?
And what I love about this weapon the most is that even the melee option is a projectile, allowing you to
Hespori Zenith, look at it!
slap on your best suit of armor and attack with melee from a distance. Now, You will need to charge Nature's Reprisal with 1 Nature Rune and 5 Earth Runes per charge,
Pretty
but
shit.
you'll be rewarded with its incredibly versatile stats. These are absolutely no joke, and I'm expecting total chaos from this item. Grab your tree trunks.
Can't really see
we'll
that
go
one
into
being
the
too
Chambers
useful.
of Xeric with this one. The final stop on our tour today takes us to the Shining Kingdom of Varlamore, the newest region in Leagues 5 with so many fun pieces of content to try out if you haven't already managed to do so. If you've been here before, then you'll know where I'm stood right now. The Fortis Colosseum, one of old school RuneScape's toughest challenges, and who better to test your league prowess than an echo version of Sol Heredit himself. Now, you'll be glad to know that this works a little differently to the other bosses, and that by beating all of the Colosseum waves and Sol Heredit, you will guarantee yourself the Varlamore Echo Orb drop. This will allow you to skip the Colosseum waves to take on the Echo variant of Sol whenever you want. This fight will take you to your absolute limits, but if you have
Go to the Colosseum, no
Echo
balls, dude.
Sol,
I
then
don't
you
have
will
an account
earned
that's
a
even
chance
near
to
ready
take
for
the
that.
Titan's items for yourself. Introducing the Sunlight Spear and the Sunlit Bracers. The Sunlight Spear
I don't have an
is
account
a
that's close to being
two-handed
ready for
weapon,
that.
boasting some generous defensive stats and an insane amount of...
It's a two-handed weapon.
Nah, for real though.
But
That's legit like one of the hardest things to do in the game.
Am I retarded?
I just learned how to start raiding today.
Numbers we all know and
I did
love.
raids earlier with
the shit
Squirmy.
was built in with
I
it.
just learned how to start raiding.
But there is so much more to this weapon. Attacking with the Sunlight Spear grants you a stack of sunlight, up to a maximum of 20 stacks. And this is where the weapon's special attack comes in. Using the special attack will consume 7 sunlight stacks, releasing the built-up energy and hitting every target around you within a 3-tile radius. What's even more impressive about this special attack is that the damage is increased per point of prayer bonus that you have. Good job the Colosseum might just give you something to help with boosting that. The Sunlight Bracers provide powerful utility through their strong stats, but more importantly, their passive ability, which
I'm trying to get
increases
90
all healing
defense.
you receive by 100%.
That'll be
Sharks
huge
go
for the
from healing
account.
20 to 40, and just one Ceradamin brew can heal as much as 128 hit points. And there are a ton of other ways to heal in old school RuneScape, making this item incredibly versatile no matter what regions you're thinking of going for. I think it's safe to say that Varlamore is shaping up to be an incredibly exciting new region to this league. And that concludes our tour of the Echo bosses for Leagues 5 Raging.
That's pretty dope. $152 XP, we'll take that. You think you're scared? Nah, dude, I just don't know how to do it. I don't know how to do it. If I was a gamer, I would do that shit, but I ain't no gamer. You feel me? Ain't no gamer like that. I'd have to watch a bunch of videos and all sorts of shit. Definitely scared. I don't even think I can go in the Coliseum yet. I think I have to do a quest and shit anyway.
To get the 9 points 3 times, which gives me 27, and then I click the double ones and the total. Okay, let's move on to invocations. First you're gonna make a party and go to your invocations tab. Now, the very first invocation I added for this run was a soft core run. If you don't feel comfortable enough with this invocation, You can go with persistence and that will give you a total of 5 attempts in raids instead of 3 we have with softcore run. Honestly, if you won't be able to complete the raids within 5 attempts, I highly recommend you just restart and go again. Now, today we're not gonna take this, but once you get more comfortable with
okay, I
raids,
trust
you
you.
can start adding timers to it. So all the clocks
Yeah.
you see right now, like walk for it, jog for it, and so on, are timers you have to beat within raid to get bonus invocations. Today we're not gonna pick those, but something to look forward in the future. The next thing, and again something we're definitely not gonna pick, is the Helpful Spirit debuff. As you will see later on in the video, the Helpful Spirit is one of the most OP things in raids, and the reason you as a noob will likely complete the raids, as it offers so many supplies that could help you out, so we don't touch these invocations right now. Next up, Walk the Path. Now, I have seen people have two completely different opinions on this invocation. I would like to think of it as this. Walk the Path invocation is like visiting your boss's office. You don't really know what to expect. It could be good or it could be bad. But if you solve the problem correctly, it benefits you in a great way. However, today we're not gonna use that because we're learning and no boss is gonna bother you when you're learning. This also goes both ways. Next up, we have an invocation called Quiet Prayers, where all your protection prayers will be 90% effective. Now, disabling 10% of your prayers might not seem a lot, but if you're doing 45-minute raids, that 10% adds up to a lot. Sometimes even 3 or 4 brews, honestly. And those brews might be difference between you completing it and you failing short. We're not taking this. Now, the invocation we will be taking
zombies
is
game ever
Geoffrey's
show
eggs.
up? What do
If
you
you don't know
mean?
how the eggs in Geoffrey's room work, it doesn't matter how many eggs Geoffrey lays down, as long as you pray from range, you will always, and I mean always, take 0 damage. So this one is good addition to pick as you starting invocation. And the other invocation
Zombies
about
gang?
Geoffrey will
No.
be that the dung Geoffrey spills out will be twice as
No
poison,
zombies
meaning
gang
Geoffrey
showed
will
up.
double the dung thrown at you. The good thing about this is if you stand on specific tiles on the room, this has absolutely no effect on you at all when doing solos, and I will go into detail later on why this is good. And last but not least, we are gonna activate Seabug's Blood Magic, as its overall effect has almost no downsides. The most you can do is take 6 or 7 damage and make Seabug heal 6 or 7 HP. That's it. And occasionally you will see Blood Cloud that can be easily avoidable. And that's it. Those will be our starter invocations. Now, I'm sure there are other options for starting out, and every player feels like they are more comfortable with different invocations. But if I was starting PvMer, this is what I would pick, as all of these invocations have almost no downsides to clearing the rooms you're about to face. Okay, I guess it's time to enter raids. Let's do this. Now, first things first, before you even think about starting raids, bank everything, take out only your pickaxe, make a random party and enter the raids. Then you have to go into this room, which is Aka's puzzle room, and deposit your pickaxe. Once you've done that, you lead the raids, and now everything is set up. This is done so you don't have to bring your pickaxe with you when you enter the raids, as room pickaxe will be more efficient than bronze pickaxe. If you have the dragon one, bring that. Good. Okay, let's get started. The very first thing I do is take a sip of my antidote and stamina potion. This isn't absolutely necessary, just a small quality of life improvement. Our raid order will be in this form: Seabug, Geoffrey, Aka and Papa. Why I picked this order for beginners is, as I feel Seabug and Geoffrey are the easiest room, and I want you to get to that helpful spirit after completing your first 2 rooms and get those salts and supplies to make the rest of the race faster and easier. We will start with Seabug's puzzle, and in the puzzle all you have to do is complete this small agility course to the other side. Fill up your water container from the waterfall, go back to the middle of the room while dodging the spikes and left click on the bomb. If you take no damage from the spikes, you will heal the bomb 100 health. If you do take damage, you will heal less. As soon as your first run is completed, a crocodile will spawn, and its entire purpose is to drain the bomb of the HP bar. So you defeat the crocodile. As you can see from here, I'm not doing a very good job of it, so here is where higher magic accuracy will come into play, but that's okay, that's okay. Now for me personally, the 2 easiest agility courses in the puzzle are both on the south side, and it's a big but, all 4 courses can be completed with 1 click. What I usually do in this situation is wait until the spike closest to me goes in and then make a run for it. There are more detailed guides
seen a
for
way
it, but the
better-
overall picture is that you want to
I've
run
seen a
and
way
start.
better
So as soon
way
as
of
the
doing
spikes
that.
pull in, your character is already running towards the middle. As you see on the picture, green tiles are good, red tiles are bad. And with the green poison on the ground lines up with the spikes being at the right position, aka
We stayed up so late last night? Yeah, it was like fucking 4 o'clock in the morning where I live.
You get. I did take some damage
Almost
there, but once you get
almost
used to it.
350
This
where I
room
live
takes
right
a
now.
maximum of like 50 seconds to complete. Let's continue with Sibak, our first demi-boss. Sivak has 2 main attacks and 2 special attacks. Now, since I got a really lucky 100 hit on my ruby bolts, it immediately activated the first special attack, which was the waves. If you done Dragon Slayer 2, this is very similar. If you done Kingdom Divided, there is something similar in that as well. The entire purpose of the special attack is to find a spot that doesn't contain the waves. That's it. Don't also step on the yellow puddles. That is bad paths. The second special attack is
To be
one
up
that
at
most
10.
people struggle with at the start,
I know.
including me. I messed this phase up so many times. It's cuckoo. This is due
Well, I
to
know.
Jack's clunky mechanics and definitely not because I am bad at this game. Jokes aside, I do feel like this is the only room in all of raids where you could get screwed over by RNG mechanics, and that's also one of the reasons I always start with this room, because you just never know when you might get one-shotted, and it feels a lot easier to start over 4 minutes into the raids than 40 minutes. So what the second special attack does, as you just saw, Sivak will throw out 3 boulders and water jugs. Your goal is to aim the water jugs towards the boulders and clear the path behind them from yellow puddles, so you can hide behind the boulders, because about 3 auto attacks after Seabuck throws the boulders out, he will start shaking up the ground and you end up taking constant damage that cannot be avoided until you respawn at the lobby. The best way to solve this is just to find the jug that is closest to the boulders and push it into the rocks. If you can't find one, there is also one single panic tile at the corner of the room, as you can see right here. In this panic tile, you will take about 40 damage, but you will survive. Again, it's completely understandable you fail here. Trust me, everybody did, but practice makes perfect. And we'll end the fight off with 2 special attacks Seabuck does. If he throws those clunky greenish black boulders at you, that's the range attack. And if he throws the red water jugs at you, that is the mage basic attack. He will randomly switch between the two, and he also has a melee attack if you get too close to it. So try to avoid that, because it could one-shot you. Seabucks, however, will not use melee attack during special attacks. Once Sivak reaches 20% HP bar, he will activate super speed mode, where he will no longer perform special attacks and instead just increases the speed of his basic attacks. How to take 0 damage in this phase is to look at his hit splat at your character. Just look at your character only. Once you see the 0 on your character, then you swap prayer to the opposite sides. So here I see the magic attack coming.
Just finished one of the
me.
dog shit
I only
pistols. Which
swap
one?
to
The
protect from magic
exploding
once I
one?
see the 0 hit splat on my character, and that guarantees that I don't take any damage. And lastly, we did activate blood magic, which occasionally a blood cloud will appear that tries to leech life off you. Make sure you just run the opposite side of where it spawned and you're good to go. If there
And the
was one way to
size,
describe
yeah.
this room, it
Good
would
man.
be fight caves with chat. You have a range spray, you have a mage spray, and you have healers. Only difference here is there are 2 special attacks added in between the basic attacks. Congratulations, you completed your first room. You're an actual gamer now. Okay, next up we have Tongue Queen Kefri, but before that we need to complete another puzzle. So let's get started. I will show you the solution to all the puzzles, so don't worry. First up we have the memory puzzle. Here you just have to repeat back what you saw when you press the button. That's it. Secondly, we have the obelisk puzzle. Now, this is just pure trial and error. There is no thinking here. The goal is to get all 6 obelisks to light up in correct order, and the order will always be random every time you enter this room. That's it. Now, for the third puzzle, if you ever played Dungeoneering back in the day on original RuneScape, you know what this is. Instead of going into detail how this puzzle will work, I will instead put a link in the description. Please go check it out. It solves this puzzle for you, so you don't have to think. As you can see from here, I just put the Google Doc what squares
Oh,
are
your
lit up
XP
from me
tokens are in
in-game, and
Warzone?
then
Yeah,
there's
I'm not
3 practice
downloading
solutions.
Warzone to
Now,
have to
all I
use
have
my
to do
XP
is walk
token
on
though.
those tiles in whatever order I
You know what I
want,
mean?
and the puzzle is solved for me. Easy. Next up we have a counting exercise. Now if you can count up to 50, you are already halfway there. If not, well, maybe raids isn't meant for you. Firstly, you inspect the tablet and it throws you a number. In my case it's 29. Now each picture corresponds to a specific number. I'll put the picture with the values on the screen. So for instance,
It said I had to
59
download
points,
it.
the I or 1 I guess is
I know
1
what
point,
you're saying.
and
It
so
said I
on.
had to download
So
that
in
shit
total,
though.
I have to get 29 points. Easiest solution for me is to get the 9 points 3 times, which gives me 27, and then I click the double ones and the total value comes to 29 and the puzzle is completed. Pro tip for this as well. The bottom row closest to the tablet will always 100% be 31, and that will never change. So let's say your number is 35. A quick way to do the puzzle is to run across the bottom row to get 31 and then find on the corner a 4 and voila. Puzzle solved. And for last puzzle, it's quite literally a puzzle pieces put together. You have to find the corresponding picture on both
Hell
sides to make
game.
it light up,
Indeed.
and that's it. The same hieroglyphs you saw before apply here as well, like boots, birds, utensils, 1 diamond star, and so on. What I like to do is the 3-2 method, where I just look at the 3 pictures on one side once I enter the room, and then find the same 3 pictures on the other side, and then repeat the process again, but with 2 pictures. In groups you have to organize better because you can't run across, but in solos
We
they
got a
make it
nice
easier
4
for
miller
you,
in
so
here.
half the puzzle is already completed once you enter. Now you can skip puzzles here. Every time you complete the puzzle, a door on
18
the
miller.
opposite side of the room will open up. So you can kinda zigzag through the maze and you don't have to complete all 5 puzzles. Instead, you can only complete 3 in total to pass the test. Okay, puzzles completed, let's walk into Kefri. First things first, equip your Keris Partisan as it has special effect against scarabs in the terms of accuracy and damage, and Kefri is a scarab. Drink your super strength and attack, and before you go into the room, mark the tile I am about to stand on. Now the reason we activated the invocation called Blowing Mud is because what that does is the number of players targeted by the tongue you see is increased to 2 instead of 1. But since we're doing solos because we don't have friends, it still does 1 tongue row right there, and since we're standing on the special tile, what will happen in the near future is the tongue will start to stack on top of each other instead of filling the entire room.
Go bug
So
Vita
we'll
after this
always have
video?
access to the entire
Nah.
room and won't get cut off. The second invocation we did
Nah,
was Larva.
not
The reason this
tonight.
one is free is that no matter how many
I'm
eggs are
escaping.
spawned in the room, whether it's 10 or 1000, you will still take 0 damage as long as you pray range. Now, as soon as the first phase of the shield is down, you will move on to destroy this ranged scarab. Don't worry about the swarms right now, there are more advanced tactics to make sure Kefri will not get her shield back, but we want the basics, and yes, that means a little longer in the room. Once we get the basics done, we will move on to advanced. As you can also see, we have these scarabs that between phases will fly towards the tile your character is standing on, and if you don't move in few seconds, they will deal up to 30 damage to you. So if there is one thing to take away from this room is that always, constantly keep moving, whether it's while you're on Kefri or between phases. While on Kefri, the move is simple. You attack once, you move back. You attack once, you move back, and you keep repeating that. Sometimes you get dunked on, but as soon as you stand on the specific tile marked green, nothing bad will happen to you. Sometimes you can get in 2 attacks before you have to move in 1 square. But if you're not confident enough in yourself, just use the same principle. Attack once, move back. Attack once, move back. Once the second shield is down, this is the most important part of Kefri's fight. You have to destroy the mage scarab as soon as it spawns, or you will get 1 hit. During normal raids, the mage scarab can hit up to 60s or even 70s if not prayed correctly, but it deals 0 damage if you get the scarab's HP to 0 as soon as possible. What the mage scarab does is build a charging attack, and once that reaches full, it does 1 single massive damage attack. Once the mage scarab is first and foremost focused down, you do the same for melee scarab. Now, yes, it can also hit very high, we're talking 20s and 30s if not prayed correctly. This is the only time you take your range spray off because the melee scarab has higher DPS than the smaller egg scarabs. You with me here? I hope you are. So you remove both scarabs as fast as possible, and from now on, it's just smooth sailing. You repeat the same process again. You attack, you move 1 step back, you attack, you move 1 step back. And you shouldn't in theory take any more damage in this fight. Once the third shield is down, feel free to use any special attacks you have, as in this phase, Kefri has the least amount of resistances. If you see me struggling, it's because I'm not bad at the game, it's Jagax's fault, okay? Relax, jeez. So remember, phase 1, range scarab, phase 2, magic and melee scarab in that order, and phase 3 is just a shield. And that's it. You see, Kefri dunked us so many times, and now that the green tile is covered in dung as well. All you have to do now is just when you get dunked, you move 1 square south and repeat the same process over and over again. Congratulations, 50% of the rooms are now completed. You know what, let me take a sip of my water because this is not easy for me as well. Give me a second. Okay, let's continue. This is my favorite part. The supply run. Talk to the spirit and you will get 3 different options. Now, if you look at our inventory, what would you pick here? I guess you can kinda get what the options are, but I'll go briefly over them. The yellow ones are Soda Brews, but better. The pink ones are Super Restores, but better. And the salts that look like, I guess, gold dust and brown paper are overloads. But you guessed it, they are better. Now, since we are medium level account, there is no doubt we're taking the one with the salts. Yes, we don't need 6 salts, as one dose will last you 8 minutes, so one out of 6 salts will get you through 16 minutes of combat. But we do need them to be able to complete the next 2 rooms and the final boss, so even though some supplies will go to waste here, like the 4 extra salts, this is the best option out there as salts are just so overpowered and beneficial to us that you almost never take any other option. Also, once the other 2 rooms are completed, we will likely take the life option to replenish our healing supplies, and it contains Ambrosia, the most OP item you have ever seen, but we'll get to that later. Okay, our 3rd room will be Akka. Now this is the reason why we brought our pickaxe before we started the raid. In this room, well, how can I describe it the best? Mornings ends part 2, but superior. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. Essentially, all you have to do is direct the light from the beam to the shield can. That's it. Once you do that, the obelisk in the middle becomes vulnerable and you can mine it. Once you mine enough of it, the HP reaches 0 and the room is completed. Now, mining level actually matters in this room and also the pickaxe you are using. So if you have 85 mining and dragon pickaxe, you can complete this room with only a single puzzle. Unfortunately, I have neither of those, so it took me 3 puzzles to complete it. There is set amount of puzzles here, so it's not random, and the more you visit this room, the more you start to see the puzzles even before you enter it. You can pick up the mirrors, direct them, and so on. One tip I do have is that you face diagonally in certain directions and place the mirrors down. The mirror will immediately face the same exact diagonal direction you are facing, which will help you direct the light faster. Okay, now that we're done with the puzzles, let's move on to the most complicated room in Raid 3. Okay, this is gonna be doozy, so let's get started. Akka, without a doubt, I think this is the best designed room out of all. I would honestly even go as far as to say that Akka's room is more well designed than the final boss in some ways, but that's my personal opinion. First things first, drink your salts, drink your brews. The good thing about chugging brews now is that the salts will immediately restore all your stats, so you don't have to worry about having low stats, because every 15 seconds, the salts will boost your stats up to full again. You will always start Akka's room with magic, as he always plays range and melee once you enter. How Akka works is that every time you damage him for 20% of the HP bar, the 4 shadows will appear in each corner. As soon as the shadows appear, your job is to take them down as fast as possible. You can start however which way you want, doesn't matter which shadow you attack first. What does matter is that once the first shadow is done, you only, and I mean only, stay in that square of the room. Yes, as you can see, the room is divided into 4 squares, the boss has 4 phases, we're kinda getting there, right? Now, Akka will also swap prayers after every 60 seconds and it works like a combat triangle, so in the start it's range and melee prayer and use magic. If it's magic and range prayer, use melee against it. Now, Akka himself will also swap attack styles as soon as he swaps prayers. The best way I can describe how to pray against Akka would be to kinda cheat. Whichever prayer is on top of Akka, that is the one you use as well. So here we see using range prayer on top, which means he's doing range attacks against me. And the final special attack that many players struggle with is the Simon Says minigame. Akka teleports away and the symbols on the ground start shining in the specific order. Your job is to remember that order and be on that specific square at that specific time. Oh my god, that was hard to say. As you can see from this, it says yellow, black, yellow and white. So what I have to do is stand firstly on the yellow square because all other 3 are dangerous. Then on the black one, back to yellow and then white. Once that special attack is over, I see Akka has magic prayer on top of him, so the first thing I do is protect from magic to ensure I take minimal damage and keep focusing the shadow. I need to get the shadow's HP bar to 0 before the timer on the sand clock on the walls runs out, or I take a lot of damage. Now, I can only attack Akka in this square of the room and every other square Akka becomes invisible. because this is the square where I destroy the first shadow. I swap my attack styles based on what Akka is wearing. By the way, a really simple way to remember what attack style you're
Nice one,
supposed to
Brennan.
use. It's never random. You start attacking with mage, then you attack with melee, and then you attack with range, and then back to mage again. And you keep using the 3 combat styles like in a repeated process. Mage first, melee second, range third, and then back to mage. And so on and so on. Also, another pro tip for Akka, if you don't know what to pray next, it will always 100% be the prayer that Akka uses as the under prayer. So here we see the top prayer is melee and the under prayer is range, which means the next protection prayer I have to use is range. And since I'm using range prayer, I know I also have to use melee attack. So none of this is random, it's in set intervals, like combo triangle, so you can
Bro, that makes so much sense.
always be prepared to what comes next. And that is what you do. The entire goal of this boss is to take away 20% of the HP bar, go to next square, take care of the shadow, stay on that square until you take another 20% of Akka's HP bar, and you keep moving forward until all 4 shadows are taken care of. Meanwhile, you get 2 special attacks. When your character is black, I highly recommend you just don't move, as you're gonna make your life so much harder. And that's the entire special attack. You stay still and nothing bad will happen to you. And the other one is Simon Says, so you just have to memorize the squares you need to stand on while the special attack is happening. I know this is a lot of information to take in, and some of the mechanics are going to be different here depending on what invocations you're using, or if you do this with a team. And once you destroy the final shadow, we get to the last phase of Akka. You see, the fight isn't over once Akka loses 100% of his HP bar. Instead, he returns to life with 20% HP and now only vulnerable to melee attacks. 2 things to remember here. Try your best to dodge out the white orbs and dump your specs. This needs to be fast. Also, protecting from magic will make you take about 30% less damage from the orbs. This is the most chaotic time of the fight, and oftentimes people struggle here the most. Keep your HP bar high before you start the final phase. Protect from magic, dump your spec, it's that simple. Congratulations, you just completed Akka. Time for our final and last room. Now the best way I could explain Baba's room is to-do on top of to-do. I think this room is unnecessarily long compared to the rest of the puzzles in Raids 3. It's nothing innovative. If you know anything about Raids 2, there is this exact same room there, except with a different skin. They could have definitely improved this room or make it even more interactive, but essentially what you do here is take potions from one side, take a hammer from the other side, and in solos you have 2 tasks you need to complete, while hordes of monkeys come at you. One task is repairing the roof support pillars on the side of the room with the hammer, and the other task is to use the neutralizing potion on the vents if the skulls show up there. The red skull directs you on what task you have to do. Meanwhile, there are hordes of monkeys spawning in the room, and once again we have to follow the combat triangle. The melee ones, aka the red ones, are weak to magic, the green ones, aka the ranged monkeys, are weak to melee, and the blue ones and the shamans are weak to range. Your priority of what monkeys to focus first goes as follow. Always, and I mean always, focus the shamans first, because they can spawn smaller, annoying monkeys. Second to focus are the cursed monkeys who leave a trail of venom behind them. As you can see, I am venomed right now, and it definitely starts to stack up to a point where you could spend multiple brews just to survive.
Come on, kill this fucking guy.
And then after you dealt with the shamans and the venom baboons, you focus the melee, magic and ranged ones. There are also volatile baboons whose entire task is to walk up to you and explode, dealing up to 30 damage. I tag them so they stand out more, but even now I still sometimes tank a few hits. And of course, let's say together, we blame Jagex for that. Good. So repairing the roof support and neutralizing vents is actually secondary task here. The main task is the one I just described. You will have a total of 10 waves of monkeys coming at you at set intervals, and as soon as you dealt with them, the room is completed. Now, I've seen people complete this room in less than 2 minutes. I've also seen people go up to 5 minutes if they mess up. It varies entirely, and there is a lot of room for error here, as there are a lot of tasks to complete. Okay, that was our last puzzle of the raids, and now it's time for the last boss. Eat your salts, brew up, and let's get ready to rumble. Pray melee and use a stab weapon. If you don't have a good stab weapon, Baba is also weak to range, which kinda works here. Again, the mad geniuses behind calculating all of this has said that stab is the best option, but the range is the second best. While not in special phase, Baba has 3 attacks he uses. The first and the most dangerous attack is the rock wall attack. Large piles of rubble will appear in the room, and your job is to stand next to the pile of rubble when Baba throws a massive boulder at you. If you don't stand near the rubble when the boulder hits you, you take massive amounts of damage that can be up to 40 or 50 or even 60 HP. Standing next to the boulder, however, will cause you to almost completely neglect the damage, and instead the pile of rubble absorbs it. The second one is Shockwave. Baba will slam the ground on the tile you are standing on, and that slam will spread out. After a few seconds, Baba deals 5x5 AoE attack. The damage you take depends if you stand in the center of the shockwave or the corners. This is the hardest one to notice, as I'm guessing Jagex wanted to make an animation for this attack, but just forgot about it or removed it, so now the shockwave just like kinda appears out of nowhere and there is no indication for it, so you just have to look out for it. Baba has 3 phases, but they all repeat. What Baba does is once he falls to 66% of HP, you go into special phase, where you get knocked into the bottom of the room. There he starts throwing boulders at you, and you have to use ranged attacks to target the boulder that seems cracked, compared to the rest boulders. But that's it, you dodge out the way and you are good to go. Now it does take time to get used to, and you're likely gonna mess up at one point. My recommendation would be not to rush this part and take it slow. Pay attention to the next boulder ahead of you and you're good to go. And the final special attack for Baba is when he spawns few baboons to cause havoc on the room. These baboons attack with range. They shift aggression depending on whatever they want to attack, and they must be dealt with immediately. As you see right now on this clip, for your entertainment purposes, I decided to completely ignore the baboons on last phase, and I ended up almost not being able to complete this room. It is so important to deal with the baboons immediately, as they can destroy the sarcophagus, which in turn will start blasting out lava that deals extra damage and removes your prayer points. I was struggling here, don't be like me, okay? Deal with the baboons as soon as they spawn, otherwise you're gonna have a bad time like you see in this exact clip. And that's it with Baba, you get him to 66%, you do the Rolling Stone special attack, you get him to 33%, you do it one more time and then you end the room. Make sure you at least stay close to the peak pile of rubble at all times to ensure you don't take massive damage from the boulders, and look out for the shockwave that to this day has no animation. Congratulations, you completed all 4 challenges in raids. You are an absolute beast and I am proud of you. Now, for the final time, we will get some help from the spirit in the lobby. Like I said before, I will take the life option here. As you can clearly see, we're not looking so good on supplies, and this will guarantee me full inventory of supplies. Not to mention, we will get ambrosia, which I will explain soon. The 4 silk dressing we